and before I'll just chit chat until people arrive. So hopefully I'll try to brace the camera here, but now Theo wants out. Okay. Anyway, um, here's a story for you. So Tom's grandmother, Betty, and I gotta let the cat out, was a painter. And I did have the privilege of meeting her and knowing her for a few years before we got married. But she died a couple months before we got married 25 years ago. Anyway, his grandmother Betty was a painter, and she had some pretty great stuff. And in her younger years, before I knew her, she had sold a bunch of her paintings to her neighbors and friends. Okay, so this is one of those circle moments. So when Grandma Betty died, all of the paintings went to her son, who was Tom's dad. Okay, Tom's dad then passed away in 2014, and his mom died in 2021. So in 2021, when my mother-in-law died, the paintings from Grandma Betty were distributed among the grandchildren, and we received a couple of the paintings. And Tom's sisters and his other cousins all got paintings. Okay, fast forward. The friends and neighbors of Grandma Betty in the 70s, 60s, and 70s, who bought her paintings in their old neighborhood. Good morning, Brian. Good morning, Linda. That those neighbors, we'll call them the Brewers. The Brewers then moved on the street that we now live on. Okay, now we've lived on this street for 20 years. So the Brewers moved to this street probably 40 years ago. Okay, but Tom and I happened to move to this street 20 years ago. Okay, well, Mr. Brewer died, I don't know, 10 years ago. Mrs. Brewer just died this past year, and very lovely people. But she just passed away. And she left all of the paintings from Grandma Betty to her son, Ralph, who lived next door. So they both lived down the street from us, about a quarter of a mile. And they had like next door neighbor houses. Anyway, Ralph is a friend of Tom's because the west side of Cincinnati is just like that. Plus, we get together with our neighbors about once a month. Good morning, Carlene. So the guy neighbors, the husbands get together for dinner, and the lady neighbors, the wives, get together for dinner separately. And then we all come together for a holiday party and usually a summer picnic. And I don't usually make it because I'm one of the I still work, and the rest of them are still are retired. So anyway, okay, so are you following me here? So Grandma Betty in the 60s and 70s sold paintings to Mr. and Mrs. Brewer. Now all of them have died. So Grandma Betty has died. Tom's parents, her children have died. Mrs. Brewer has died. And Ralph, the grandson of the neighbor, gave us Grandma Betty's paintings back. Gave them to us. Said, these belong in your family. So we received about 2 weeks ago 5 new Grandma Betty paintings that I didn't know existed. And one of them is in my office. So they're not all fantastic, but some of them don't suit me. But this one is really gorgeous. And I said, oh, that's really gorgeous. I want that. And he's like, Tom says, it doesn't match the colors of the house. I'm like, I don't care. Like, I want it in my office. Yeah. So family treasures for sure. It's like, I want it in my office. So he hung it in my office. So try not to look at the mess in my office as I turn around. But here's the new Grandma Betty painting in my office. Isn't that gorgeous? I'm just so thrilled to have it. Get a little closer here. Absolutely gorgeous. Anyway, someone else's, just really cool how, Grandma Betty's treasures have come back to us. Yeah, I know, right? I know, right? Anyway, so I just wanted to share with you my new painting in my office and say that I just love it. I just love it. And I'm so glad. Now, the other four or five paintings, um, we hung a couple in our hallway, and I don't know if he's going to want to give one to his sisters or not or whatever, but he was talking about maybe having, I know, it's beautiful, right? Um, Having like a gallery night where all of the kids, Tom's sisters, and all of the cousins bring all of their Grandma Betty paintings like to our house, and we will show them all to each other, and maybe hire a photographer to come and take high quality photos of them, and then we can have prints of them made for the rest of the cousins and sisters who may like want this one, but I've got this one, and if they want that one, then maybe we can get a print made for them. Anyway, that is my story for today. So I'm thinking my little burden box, I'm going to pick a color that goes with that painting and with this office, and I'll keep the box in here. So, in the spirit of Grandma Betty's creativity. So, that's all for today. I'll see you tomorrow morning, a few minutes before 9. And I hope you have a fantastic, relaxing, and valuable use of your day. And I'll see you tomorrow morning, a few minutes before 9. That's the plan. Have a good one. Take care. Bye.